Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
Good Saturday afternoon out there, everyone, and welcome to your number one source for Native American television news. It's Native News Today. I'm your host, Jason Salzman, wishing everybody out there a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays. All of you out there, I hope you're as bundled up as I am here next to the fire, nice and warm. Hopefully everybody's getting ready to have a fantastic 2014. You know, when we started thinking about getting things ready for the holiday season and Christmas time with the show, you know, you can't help but think about past shows and what we've done and over the years. Just, you know, we've been on for like 5-6 years now. So in all that time, there's just so many memories that come back, and holiday episodes, Christmas time. And so that made me want to look back at our Christmas episodes from the last 4 or 5 years and go through and share some of that with you folks as you've grown with us as a show. I know a lot of you out there have been watching us since we started. We certainly appreciate that. But if you've just seen us here in the last few months and just become a fan, we hope that, you know, this look back will show you kind of where we've come and the things that we've done in the years leading up to now. It's really been a fantastic journey, and you'll see some more of good friend Gerald Wofford on here as we look back and have some moments of our Christmas episodes past. We've got a lot of great material in there. Some of the stories actually on our past Christmas episodes have been award winners for us. Native American Journalists Association recognized us with outstanding news stories on a few of these, so it's kind of neat that we were able to provide them and show them in this neat way in this Christmas special packaged in for you folks at home. So we hope that you're all, as we said, out and about, and if you're not, we hope you're outside having a great time with family, getting ready to watch Native News Today as we take a journey back through a few years, show you some of our great Christmas memories. So we'll take our first break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Christmas special here on Native News Today.
Danielsin ogitskish, bonshongi benoat, bomio, boshomizatlish.
Momesh, Harishongigo imongin, Hobidagi ani omaga, Bomaha hoye imongin oma, Bonshomegigosh. For more information about Muskogee language preservation, please call us at 918-732-7724.
Jahojefkat Paul Fixakodos. Ilkanagat Tekobachi, Mikusapkajogon, man, Amikusapkajokodos. I'm able to preach in English and Muskogee, our language too, so there's not many that does that today. When I was growing up, that's all we had, Muskogee language, and that's all they preach. I could talk my language when I was small. When I grew up, I could understand what they were saying. We don't want to lose that, language, especially our songs, our native songs and the Muskogee hymns. We want to keep them.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas from Native News Today. Gerald Wofford, Jason Salzman, sitting along the fire, having a nice cup of cocoa here, reminiscing on the year that was and the year that will be. Gerald, Merry Christmas to you.
Absolutely.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, Jason, to all the family out there, you Paula and everywhere else. And Merry Christmas to you all out there, too, our Native News Today, our faithful watchers out there.
And moving along right here, and our first thing up on our Christmas special will be a look back to the year 2010. Christmas is always special around the Muskogee Creek Nation, always a great time and a very exciting time. But 2010 was a little bit of added importance and a little bit of added specialty to the Christmas time for us around here at Muskogee Creek Nation, because that was when it was time to dedicate and open the brand new College of the Muskogee Nation building. We go out there now and see it, and it's really settled in and just become a place that we look at in Okmulgee as one of those landmarks, but it always wasn't the case. It always wasn't out there, and you go by now, you want to take it for granted. He's a great big building, beautiful, and the college, that was such an exciting time back in 2010. That's why we wanted to show you it here. During our Christmas episode from that year, we took a look at the dedication and the opening College of the Muskogee Nation, under that beautiful building you see now. It all got started on this day. At the beautiful new campus at the College of the Muskogee Nation, a great day for the Creek Nation, a great day for education in our tribal history.
This college will benefit the many students who come within this circle beneath our feet today. Our circle, the College of the Muskogee Nation campus. To let the future generations know more about our tribal college and its early years, we will leave a time capsule to be opened at the college's 50th anniversary. Our time capsule, as you see before you, marks the start of a new era for the College of the Muskogee Nation and has been built into the fabric of our first building. This is the centerpiece for our cultural plaza.
That concludes another exciting edition of Native News Today. We hope that you enjoy it. We hope that your Christmas is off to a great start.
And it has to be seeing me and Gerald in these goofy Santa hats. I mean,
Well, you know, we break them out once a year. What can
Yeah.
you say? I mean, it only comes once a year, right?
just for everybody out there, my vote was for the no, but hey, no.
No,
It had to be unanimous. It was a unanimous thing. Merry
you'll-
Christmas.
You bet. Have a great Christmas. In the meantime, take care. God bless.
And we'll see you soon. I certainly hope you enjoyed taking a look back. 2010, exciting time there at the College of Muskogee Nation, opening and dedication. They've just kept growing and getting bigger and bigger, and lots of great things now and in the future for that place. Really putting an emphasis on education, a great place there. Moving right along now into our 2011 Christmas episode, and that took us to actually one of our stories that was recognized from the Native American Journalists Association, as was our trip to the Iowa Tribe's Gray Snow Eagle House up there in Perkins, up there in the Stillwater area. You know, it's an important story and a big one for me to go anywhere near Stillwater. No, we had a great time up there with Victor Robideau and the folks at the Gray Snow Eagle House. You know, it's really the a tribally owned eagle aviary is really something to see, a sight to behold. And they're doing a great job up there. They've been nationally recognized around Oklahoma. We were one of the first to go up and tell their story. It was a great day when we were there.
When the French discovered us, they called us Iowa, but our real name was Bakoji. It's the Gray Snow People. So we named it after our tribe. The Bakoji, and Ka is eagle, and Chi is house. So we named it after our tribe. When we found out that tribes could actually do this, we thought, well, this is something we needed to do. And we wanted to do rehab, especially because we believe the eagle's the only one that's seen the face of the Creator. And so for us to take those injured birds in, get them well, and release them back out, we believe the Creator is going to bless our people for doing that. Then the other is that we couldn't understand that you take these birds in, get them well, they can't be released, they would be put to sleep. We said, no, we'll build a place. It's our turn. We can take care of them. They've been good to us for hundreds of years, used to their feathers in our ceremonies. Now we can afford to take care of them. And our tribe's been very, very good about that, taking care of all the operational cost. No monetary value coming back. We don't charge. People can leave donations if they wish. We don't ask them to. It's totally up to them. But it was something that we felt a need for, that the tribe's going to spend this money to doing this. There's no money coming in, but the satisfaction of what we're doing and taking care of these magnificent birds is enough for us. And then as they molt their feathers, we get them out to our tribal members for the use in their ceremonies. And at some time here in the future, once we satisfy all their needs, which is we have a small tribe, which won't take us very long, then we're going to open it up to other tribes, especially the religious and ceremonial leaders, so they can take so long to get feathers from the repository, then they can come here and get these feathers from a live bird. It's a lot of ceremonies require that. This is our main flight. All the birds we have in here today that you're going to see are all non-releasables except these two in here. These are our rehab birds in this cage here. Right. And so all these guys have some flight capability, but not enough to be released back in the wild. They got blind in one eye, wrist injuries that they can do the flight here, but if out in the wild, they couldn't sustain a long flight.
Now, tell us kind of how these guys come to you. I mean, how are they? You find them out in the wild, or they come from different places? Let us know about
they're the birds. First we do rehab and non-releasables.
Right.
And we try to do only Oklahoma birds for rehab. And then once that bird is determined non-releasable by the vet, they make that determination.
Okay.
Then we can keep them here. But then we also get birds from out of state, and that's just word of mouth, the internet, a lot of networking with these rehabbers, because there's only 2 facilities in the country that can keep non-releasables, and that's native aviaries, the Zunis in New Mexico and us. The Potawatomis, the Citizen Band Potawatomi in Shawnee is building one to do the same thing.
Now, how many birds do you actually have here right now?
We have 28.
28?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they've raised our limit to 56.
And you guys have actually done a lot of building here lately?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to expand your operation, get more room, make it nicer for these birds.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
Well, we just, this cage over here, we just expanded. This new side over here is new. And then our big flight back in the back is strictly for rehab birds. We'd been using this as dual purpose, rehab and non-releasable. Feds recommend that they have a separate facility. So, well, we can't build one. It costs a lot of money. So we tried for another grant, which that normally doesn't happen. You don't normally get 2 grants for the same project. We lucked out and got one, and we were able to build our facility back there. We'll show you. That's strictly for rehab. It's 150 feet long with a 45 degree in it, the last 50 feet, so they can make their turns. We know that we can't take care of all of them. It'd just be impossible to. So we're looking at and talking with other tribes, trying to get them to do the same thing. We worked with the Citizen Band Potawatomi. They're in the process. They got a U.S. Fish and Wildlife grant. They're in the process of building their facility. We've talked to the Chippewa Odawa up in Michigan. They're very interested in doing this. I think they also applied for a grant. We talked with the Yakima in Washington, the Omaha and the Santee Sioux in Nebraska, the Shoshone and the Bannock in Wyoming. So we're very interested in helping other tribes to do this. We'd share our grant. Here's how we wrote ours. Here's the budget that you need to do. You know, you can come here to our facility, and Fish and Wildlife says they can come here and get their eco-specific training. You know, anything we can do to help other tribes to do the same thing, to take care of these birds, we're willing to do that. You know, I've gone and give presentations to other tribes showing them here's what we've done, and if we can do it, you can do it. It's okay. 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 Hang on. Okay, it's okay. This other foot in my hand. Okay. We had to work that wing down. I think we got our wing up here. we can take her out.
But she goes now.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put some deals.
Okay,
Yeah.
Get outside. Made it.
Our tours are Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 3, and we do make an exception for school kids during the week. If they can't come on, the school can't bring them up here on a Saturday or Sunday, then we do make an exception that they can come up during the week, and we'll provide tours then. Like I said, we don't charge for the tours. We just want folks to come and see what we're doing, especially the kids. When we first started this, you could see by the 3 windows we had, we were just anticipating our tribal members and other tribes to come to see. But when we started taking in gunshot birds, that's when we decided to open it up to the general public and just to bring them in to show them what's going on, and get these kids interested in, let's not shoot eagles. That's our main goal. Because unfortunately, Oklahoma, Nebraska, and Utah, we get a lot of gunshot birds. And starting with kids is the best way to start that. It's getting them to see what we're doing here. And I can't believe how many kids that come through here that we've talked to, when they've left, this is what they want to do. Some of them want to go to school, go to OSU and take the courses that need to be able to take care of these birds. So it's been very, very fulfilling when you have a lot of these kids come in and see how many hearts you touch and changing their attitude about the eagle. Not only just the eagle, but wildlife in general. That we need to maintain that balance between the wildlife and ourselves. We need to coexist in this world together because we need them as much as they need us. And for us, it's coming to work. If you had to have a job, this is the job to have. Especially when you get one of these injured birds, well enough to release and get it back out there where it belongs. The feeling that you get from that is I can't find the words to explain. Once that eagle leaves your hands to go back out, it's just hard to explain the feeling. And we've done 8 releases since we've been open, but each one is just like the very first. It never changes. You never get used to it. It's always like the first one. It feels great. That's the closest I could come to explaining, the feeling that you get from doing that.
Well, in the spirit of the season, Jason, I decided to get you a Christmas present here. Okay?
Oh, wow. Thanks, man.
Here you go.
I appreciate that. Let's take a look.
Big old box with the ribbon.
Oh, God.
Hope
This is
you
what
like
I've
that.
always wanted.
Well,
Yay.
in spite of a questionable year,
I got you one,
hope that
too.
Let's
put it on as we take this
and
thing
it's a
out
hat
of the break.
too. Okay. All
Ladies
right.
and gentlemen, we sure hope that you've had a great Christmas with Native News Today.
Yeah.
For Gerald Wofford and myself, take us out of here.
You all, in the meantime, you take care. God bless. Have a good Christmas.
All right, thanks again to the folks up there at the Gray Snow Eagle House, doing a great job, Victor and them. And we actually got a chance to see another eagle release, and that was part of the show this year. So many neat things going on with them. Always nice to follow them. Our last story today takes us to last year's Christmas episode. Around this time last year, a lot of joy was in our hearts, but also, unfortunately, a lot of sadness as the people in Newtown, Connecticut, tragedy struck there as the elementary school was and the elementary school children there, victims of a school shooting that shook the nation. It was all over the news. It captured us for weeks and weeks as we grieved with those folks in Connecticut. Well, around here in Okmulgee, one of our Indian churches wanted to do something about that, and that became Newtown Praise for Newtown. Newtown United Methodist Church, Pastor David Dunson there organized Newtown Praise for Newtown, and was a very, very solemn, nice prayer service. Hearts and hands joined together in Indian country this week as the folks still grieving the tragedy in the Newtown, Connecticut school shooting were lifted up by the Newtown United Methodist Church here in Okmulgee. The church opened its doors for a special prayer service for the victims and their families. Newtown Praise for Newtown.
We come this day, and as we began, the bell tolled 26 times for the 20 children and the 6 adults who were tragically called home last Friday. The recent event in Newtown, Connecticut has affected each and every one of us and our families with different emotions and concerns and struggles. That's why Newtown, we had the Spirit call on one of our congregants this morning and that put this together, and that's why it's such an event that we don't like to have, but we know that we have to have these in our times of need. And that's what the Lord told us. He said, when you come to these troubled times, when you come to the darkness and when you come into the storms of life, turn to me, give me all those worries and concerns, and I will take care of those. So we come today to pray for not only the families in Connecticut, but for our nation and around the world, as this has touched each and every one of us.
Reverend David Dunson talked about how the service came together.
We heard about this tragic event which happened last Friday, and I think one of the questions that the people in our community was concerned about, and they asked themselves, what can we do at this point as a community and, in our faith in our Creator? And one of the things came about was prayer. And I know most of the churches had a moment of silence during their services, but we felt that we needed to do something more. And I received a call from one of my sisters in Christ, and she says, there's a similarity between Newtown Church and Newtown, Connecticut. We need to have something, and the Lord has put this in my heart. So this was Monday evening around 8 o'clock. So we said, okay, we decided let's do it. And we decided to have it on Wednesday the 19th, and it came about, and we got the flyers, the information together, and started passing it out, and the community responded, and it was in the newspaper, the Okmulgee newspaper. It's been on the radio program there about what we were having here, and it's entitled Newtown Praise for Newtown. So that's how this came about, but I think we're all aware, we've seen the mass coverage in the media about this incident. So that's how this came about, and this is the beginning of it this day. We know the power of prayer. It's unfortunate that this evil happened at all, but it comes at a time when there's supposed to be goodwill and peace among men, and it also happened during this Advent season. Sometimes we ask ourselves during the last few days, well, what can we do with Newtown, Connecticut being so far away? And we realize as Christian brothers and sisters that one thing that we can do is to pray for the families there, for the community, and also for ourselves, because our children are aware of what had taken place. They see the newscast, they read in the newspapers, it's in the talk and conversation about every place that these children are listening. And we just want them to know that there's power in prayer. Each of us have lost a loved one. We've been in situations where it always hasn't been the best. And at those times we know that we can always pray. That's one of the first things that comes to mind, is to pray. So when this incident happened, then we realized that to answer our calling, what was on our hearts was to come together and pray and open the doors of the churches. And I'm just so thankful that we have this time that we can come and share in this prayer, because it is not only strengthens us, but it strengthens the people there in Connecticut because I'm sure that they can feel the prayers that are being offered. And it's just that wherever the prayers come from, that we know that they're going to be blessed by our Creator. And it's just so powerful, and we can feel that. Even as we prayed this morning in those prayers, we could feel it coming from the hearts from the individuals and the ones that's gathered here. We knew what the purpose was, and we know that they will be blessed.
That's going to bring another conclusion to our holiday session here at Native News Today. And Jason, are you going to be roasting those chestnuts and open fire?
That's right. Jack Frost will be nipping at my nose. Well, maybe so. I hear that we're going to maybe get some snow for Christmas. Maybe. I don't know. You know, it's Oklahoma, so, you know, it might be 80 degrees. You never know.
Well, if it's going to snow, let it be big time. If not, just a little thing. Let's just have some good sun, you know, and warm weather.
And thanks again there to Mr. Dunson and those folks last year letting us in. And, you know, that's just another great example of, even in times of, you know, hard times, lots of sorrow, Native people coming together for anybody out there, brothers, sisters, people they may not even know in a time of need. And when prayers need to go up, that's exactly what they were doing. So it was great to be there that day. It's great to follow that story, and I'm very excited to be able to share it with you all today on this very special Christmas special episode of Native News Today. Coming up, we've got New Year's out there, everybody. You got a chance. 2014 can be big things out there, and certainly for our program, you know, we just seem to grow every year. One of the neat things about looking back on our last few years is it's a chance for us to see, you know, just where we've come in our production. And, you know, you may look at our videos from a few years ago and say, wow, those guys, they don't even look the same. And that's kind of what we do around here. We want to just push ourselves every week to get a little bit better and better and provide you with great quality, entertaining content. And it's nice to look back also, but it's nice to push yourself forward. And that's what we'll be doing in this new year. And next week, we'll have a look back at some of our greatest stories from this year, 2013. See what made it so wonderful around here at Muskogee Creek Nation, Indian Country, Native News Today, bringing you all those wonderful stories. And if you didn't get a chance, like I said, some of you may have just started watching us a few months ago. You might be watching your very first episode today, and we thank you for that. But it'll be a nice little chance to recap and look at 2013, all the wonderful things that have been happening, and get us excited about 2014 and all the things that are to come. If you can't check us out here on the CW 1219 in Tulsa, we love it when you do. But check us out on the website. You can go to the Creek Nation's homepage, MuskogeeNation-NSN.gov, Facebook, Twitter. We're out there on social media. You can connect with Native News Today. We'd love to hear from you. So for all the great people here making this a great Christmas holiday season, have a great one.